Hello, viewers, and welcome to Radio Dwarka's Changemaker series. Changemakers make a lot of change within our society and help people in a very different way. Today, we have such a change maker who has actually helped people with disabilities. She is Preeti Monga. She works with blind women and girls. She also helps to bring people with disabilities back into mainstream. Let's understand from Preeti that what is she really working on and what is her NGO Silver Linings working towards. Hi Preeti, welcome to our show.
Hi, Ruchi. Thank you so much for having me here. It's absolutely an honor.
Thanks Preeti. Preeti, I would just like to quickly understand from you that what is Silver Linings, the NGO, really working on?
Right. So Silver Linings, as the name suggests, that there is always a silver linings behind every cloud, and clouds are always around. So we are working towards inclusion of people with disabilities, focusing on the visually impaired, the blind, to bring them into the mainstream society as productive and dignified citizens of the country. So for that, we are working towards providing quality education and all-round exposure and whatever it takes to make a blind child slash female child, girl child, and women, and overall the blind community to come up and actually be able to realize their talents, skills, abilities, and then utilize them towards the progress of the community. So let me give you our flagship program is Inclusion. Silver Linings was registered in 2006. I have been working in this area single-handedly from 1987. And in 2006, I realized the vastness of the need. So we are now into empowering blind women. We are into providing quality education, inclusive education to blind girls. We have our project Shiksha, which is a preparatory school and a resource center in Delhi, Mayur Vihar Phase 3. We have a hostel facility also. It is actually a good quality home away from home for the underprivileged blind children, and we also are working towards all blind children. So we are working with girls. So we prepare them and send them to mainstream schools like Salwan Public School, School of Excellence, schools like that, and we support their education throughout, and we will be looking after them and supporting all their needs till they get into become working productive girls. So that is one of our flagship project at the moment. We are focusing on that, and of course we are also focusing on empowering every blind woman that we can come across to, and now with the online services and the technology that is available to us, we are being able to reach nationally to be able to help people with blindness to realize their dreams, to provide relevant information and give them life skills, whatever skills are required, and motivate them towards achieving their dreams. So
that's great, ma'am. That's really great. So, ma'am, just a quick question is like, how did this really start? How did you really think of having Silver Linings?
Okay. So, as you are aware, I was discovered blind when I was a 6-year-old child. And I have lived with blindness for the last over 5 decades now. So the challenges that I faced and the huge problems and roadblocks that I faced, growing up and reaching where I have, actually inspired me and actually taught me a lot. And I kept myself in the mainstream, and all this taught me a lot. And then I realized that there's so many blind people, especially girls and women, who could benefit from my learnings. So that's what inspired me. And in 1987, I stepped out and started to train, counsel, work with the visually impaired community. And I thought that it's a very important thing that we need to also empower our community, the blind community, to come and take the opportunities which are there and encourage the mainstream society to understand the abilities of the visually impaired, the blind people. So that's how it started in 1987. And of course, and Silver Linings was formally registered in 2006. And coming along, I was the first aerobic instructor known in India. 1988, I became the first aerobics instructor, blind aerobic instructor. And happily, I did receive a few very prestigious awards, like the National Award was awarded to me in 2013 for my work by the President of India, and so on and so forth. The story is long. 2 of my autobiographies are published, so if anybody would like to read them, you can Google my name and all of that information will come.
So, I think, yeah, you really are an inspiration, and I think you're bringing that change, and that's why we kind of call you the change maker for our series.
I hope so.
No, definitely. I think you mentioned about teaching the girls and really making them capable, but do you really see challenges in terms of the placement of these people, because in terms of
Yes,
the
of course.
acceptability in the
Of course.
mainstream? So what is
Yes,
it
of
and how do you kind of cover that?
It's a huge challenge, and especially in the private sector. Some of the there are some reservations in the government sector, so some visually impaired people do get employment over there. But in the private sector, it is very, very tough. People are not willing to hire people with vision impairment, with blindness. The corporate sector is happy to hire people with locomotor disabilities and maybe hearing impaired disabilities, but blindness, they don't feel so confident and they just don't hire. We have very little happening in the private sector, and I would like to encourage people, because I've worked in the private sector myself and quite successfully, because we also work towards eye donation, let me tell you that, and I'm still working with Dr. Shroff Charity Eye Hospital, promoting eye donation in private sector. So employment definitely is one of the challenges which we face, and hence we got into providing quality education and ample and relevant exposure to the blind child. Especially we work with girls. They're the most marginalized lot. So we are trying to now also produce that kind of candidate that tomorrow can be happily employed in the private sector as a productive person and not as a charity-based employment. So there is definitely a huge challenge, and I'm sorry I haven't been able to do too much about it, but wherever possible, I project myself. If I can do this, then given a chance, blind people can work wonders.
Ma'am, since you mentioned that you have a hostel also, so at any point in time, because I'm sure you've changed many lives, in your journey, as you said, but at any point in time, how many people do you have, and just some numbers in terms of how many people do you really touch?
Yes. See, if you say directly and indirectly, when I look back at the quantum of work, I started all alone, empty-handed. Had I known that the problem was so huge, I would have been so scared and I would have never jumped in. So, but in my innocence and naive, janoon, I should say, I just stepped out. And when I look back today, directly and indirectly, I think I've impacted millions of people. But having said that, our Shiksha project at the moment, we are working with 25 girls in our center. Okay. And we are also supporting home-based. About 90 people we are supporting at the moment. But the point is that we would like, of course, you need resources to provide quality education and quality, services to these children. And as the resources come in, we are ready to move on and be able to support many more. But We will never compromise on the quality. So hence, we, for the last 4 years, this project started in 2017. So in the last 4 years, we've impacted over, I think, over 70 girls at the moment.
Wow, that's really nice, ma'am. And I'm sure, you've been an inspiration to many, many other people, especially you're working with girls, but I'm sure the other gender also is kind of very
Yes,
much
yes.
influenced by the way that you do it. So, yeah,
Sure. No, we work with a lot of men and boys as well, because, I cannot ignore them, because they're a part of the system and we want to work for them. It's only the lack of resources that is stopping us from not working for more people. That's all.
Right.
So I just hope resources, they will come. I'm sure they will come.
No, I agree. Ma'am, as you mentioned, since you've been working for so many years, I'm sure people now walk into yourself and say that, they are looking for such things, whether it is people who are visually impaired. And I'm sure there could be companies also who are really looking for your kind of support to help them understand that how do they accept such people with disabilities.
Yes, sure. I do these trainings. I do. In fact, I've been, working with the corporate sector for a long time. In fact, we also have recruitment, self-sustainability program as in recruitments. We do regular recruitments as well. So I am a trainer. I am a corporate trainer. I do motivation. Apart from that, yes, I help companies to understand how to include people with disabilities, specifically blind people, into their organization with minimal problem, because it is so simple to include a blind person into your organization. There's technology today has empowered us completely with our phones and with laptops. I'm on my laptop, I use it independently. So I've written both my books on this laptop itself. So today, that's what I do with the corporate sector. And I hope companies do come forward. Some do come forward, but we have to motivate a lot.
And I think I've been interacting with you for a couple of days, and I've never ever felt that you've had any disability. So I can vouch for it, and it was unbelievable for me to believe that you have a disability. So that's what I can say.
Ruchi, I'm 100% blind for the last 50 years, right? So I am 100% blind. Hence, it's a possibility. If I am who I am without technology at that point of time, right? Technology only came to India, say about 25 years ago. I learned to use a computer 25 years ago with speech device, right? But this has a lot of training that I have received, and lot of extreme hard work and facing of huge, unbelievable challenges that I have come through. The environment, the universe has provided me with the strength to come till here, and a lot of people have supported what I have done. My family, my entire family and friends and people I've worked with. So that's what has brought me here. So that is what inspired me, that if every blind child, right from the beginning, in time, gets an opportunity, an equal opportunity, no matter what, in equally reasonable, good quality, equal opportunity, they will not have to be burdens.
Agreed.
We are making them burdens by not providing them what they require at the right time. So that's
I think my next question to you is in line with that what is a message that you would like to let the community know, or the people at large know, so that they kind of build that acceptability, that inclusion. So one message from you to the community.
The only message is that we belong to this community. We are from the inclusive community. We are from families who can see, right? So please do not just look at a blind person or a blind child and just go towards that myth that now nothing can happen. I think you should reach out to any organization, anyone. You can reach out to me as well. I'm very easily found, so that we can guide the parents of this child or help the child. And there are abilities beyond imagination. what the visually impaired can accomplish. Again, we need to have that one thing in our hearts that we are not different, we belong here, and I think we need to be treated as like just like anyone else, and allow us, give us a chance, and come along and walk with us.
Thank you, ma'am. I think it's really wonderful and really inspirational, I'm sure. And we wish very much success to Silver Linings and all your efforts. I think it's a commendable, and there's no words that we can thank you for the work that you're doing. But it's really nice and encouraging. Thanks, viewers, and I'm sure you've liked this conversation. If you know somebody who's visually impaired and needs help, you can definitely reach out to Preeti Monga and her NGO called Silver Linings. And if in case you want to support Silver Linings, feel free to reach out to Preeti Monga again, and we can do wonders. And definitely, I think we all as viewers need to build up our inclusion to people with disabilities. Keep watching Radio Dwarka and like and share our program. Make this reach out to as many people as we can so that we are contributing and doing our bit to the society. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to our channel, and looking forward to bringing to you such new stories every time. Thank you.